Is there a better alternative to selling on Etsy? I know a lot of people get fed up with Etsy's changes and policies and fees and all that stuff, and they're like, well, I'm going to start my own website. I'm going to go to Goimagine. I'm going to go to these other places. Well, today I'm going to specifically talk about the comparison of Goimagine, which is probably Etsy's, I don't want to say their biggest competitor, but they're trying to do something very similar. And they're trying to go back to what Etsy once was and cater to handmade sellers. So it's attracting a lot of people over there. So I want to do a comparison of their fees and all that stuff, traffic, so you guys know if it is a good alternative to jump over there and start testing listings. So let's dive right in. So the first kind of glaring thing that I want to point out is Goimagine as of now is for US sellers only. So that really closes the door on a lot of potential sellers, but right now it's only set up for US sellers only. The next thing where it really comes down to is listing fees. So this is a big one, and all these fees are really big ones when it comes to selling, and a lot of people complain about Etsy's high fees. So that's why I want to do this breakdown for you guys. So Etsy charges 20 cents per listing. It's a one-time fee, but it renews every 4 months. And Goimagine has 3 plans in regard to fees. And transaction fees. So they have a community plan, which is only 12 listings, and it's free. Then it's a 6.5% transaction fee. Thrive is $5 a month, 200 listings, 5% transaction fee, which I think most people will probably be in this area. And then $15 a month is 1,000 listings and a 2% transaction fee. So those are the different ones, depending on which one you want to do. Really depends on how much you're going to pay. You would just take, obviously, 200 divided by 5, and that's going to be your listing fee, which is extremely low. So it's really a kind of a non-issue as far as listing fees for really both of them. It's not a lot unless you get up to a lot of listings. Transaction fees. All right, so Etsy is 6.5% of the final sale price, including shipping. All right, so the total, it's on the total, so people can't play any games. The reason why they do that, I know people are like, well, I don't want to pay fees on shipping. Well, the reason why they do that is so people don't charge like $2 for an item and then $15 for shipping. eBay has done the same thing because people used to finagle the prices to get around fees. So they did it, and that stopped all that messiness. And then the transaction fees, again, here's like probably what most people are going to be under is going to be the 5% for Goimagine. But if you do the Mosaic, obviously you can get a lower 2% transaction fee, which is really good, but then you're paying $15 a month. And then, example breakdown this on a $25 item plus shipping, $30 total. The transaction fee is $1.50 for this plan. For Etsy, it'll be a little bit more. I'll go through a specific example with you guys so you can kind of see the full breakdown and comparisons. All right, so payment processing fees. So Etsy has its own processor, which in the US, it means 33% plus 25% per transaction. It's a little bit different depending on if you're in other countries, so make sure you check that. I don't want to go through all the differences. Payment processing fees for Goimagine, they use Stripe, so you got to integrate that, so it's extra steps. That's a lot of this stuff. They don't have their own shipping either, so you got to use another shipping provider like Pirate Ship or something like that. But it's 2.9% plus 30% transaction fee, so pretty similar there. Now, advertising fees, this is kind of a big point of contention for Etsy. So for Goimagine, all right, there's no advertising fees. You can't advertise on the platform as of yet, at least to my knowledge. For Etsy, there's offsite ads advertising. So you can do internal advertising. I'm not going to talk about that because that's something you have complete control over. You can turn it on, off, set your budget. So I'm not going to talk about that. That's up to you if you want to do that. Offsite ads is where people get tripped up because, however, hate it or love it, Etsy will automatically opt you in to offsite ads if you make over $10,000 in a rolling 365-day period. And then they will charge you up to 12% if you're automatically opted in. Usually it's never that high, and you only get charged if something sells via advertising. In my experience, it's much lower than that. It's between 5 and 6% if something sells, and not a lot of stuff sells. Even at my heyday when I was selling the most, like 130, 140 $100,000 in stuff a year, a very small percentage of that was from advertising. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you're not automatically opted in, you have the choice. If you make less than $10,000, you have the choice to do this and opt yourself in, but it's not automatic. Then they'll charge you up to 15%. So you get charged a little bit higher fee, but you have the choice to turn it on and off. Now, if you make, again, over $10,000, you're automatically opted in, right? So that's people don't like to be automatically opted in. But again, it's going to be a very small portion of your listings being advertised, and a very small portion of those are going to actually create sales, because Etsy is very picky. Because in the end of the day, they're the one taking all the risk for the most part. Yeah, you're paying the fee, but if something doesn't sell, Etsy's fronting all that advertising cost. Whereas like if you do your own advertising on Etsy, where you set your budget, if something doesn't sell, you're paying for that regardless. Or if you advertise on Facebook, something doesn't sell, you're paying for that regardless. So it's a little bit different in that regard. So here's an example scenario for you guys. This is, say you have a $25 item and $5 in shipping. So for Etsy, not considering any advertising or anything like that, considering all the fees here, takes all the fees into account. So basically your payout would be $26.50. And this is not including any ads. Now, it includes the shipping, the $5 shipping. So it's taking the fees off of that, but it's not taking the shipping out of the final payout. So you would basically have to subtract the $5. So say the item is actually $5 to ship. So then you would get $26.50 back, but then you're paying for shipping. So then really your net profit is going to be $21.50, because we have to remove that $5. So for Goimagine, the Thrive plan, which is the $5 a month plan, 200 listings. Here is the same metrics, obviously, that it considers. Then your payout is going to be $27.33 minus the $5 shipping. So then we're sitting at $22.33. Now, if you are doing you can factor in the $5 a month, 200 listings. So if we take $5 and we divide it by 200, basically it's 2 cents, almost 3 cents, 2.5 cents, whatever. So it's really kind of it's a non-issue. I wouldn't even factor that in. So it really doesn't matter. Now, this plan is the best plan from Goimagine, where it's only a 2% processing fee. So you get to pocket $28.23 minus the shipping. Then we're at $23.23. So pretty good. But you can see it's not vastly different, right? It's not, this one's, we're sitting at 21. This one's 22. This one's 23. So you're not really, unless you're selling like really high ticket stuff, it's not vastly different. Now, again, yeah, you can have offsite ads fees included in here. If you're getting the 12% fee tacked onto this, then it's going to be a lot different. But again, it's usually never that high. So, and here's kind of really what it comes down to. Not a lot different, but this is really the biggest difference. And this is really kind of the deal breaker with Goimagine versus Etsy. So here is a report, and these are from SEMrush, SimilarWeb, are basically major traffic sources to check traffic and do analytics for websites. So you can see the monthly visits for Goimagine are 45. This is Goimagine. I reversed it, and this is Etsy here. Just so you kind of, I'm not trying to confuse you. Not make you suffer with my terrible writing here. So Goimagine is here. So 45,000 to 100,000. That's the range that it gives as far as traffic per month. Etsy has 387 to 400 million traffic per month. So it's quite a huge difference. Has average session duration, like how much time people are spending on the websites, pages per visit. So obviously more people are visiting more pages. Etsy's doing a good job of kind of showcasing their stuff a little bit better, bounce rates, how long they're staying. So in some of these, Goimagine is definitely better. Active stores, so 503 stores compared to 800 or 8 million. So yeah, there's a lot more competition, but there's also a lot more buyers, a lot more traffic. So here is really what it comes down to. Active buyers, we don't really know. Goimagine doesn't share that, but Etsy has almost 96 million. They've been teetering between 95 and 100 million for the last couple of years as far as buyers. So a ton of buyers and a ton of traffic. So that is what you have to remember when it comes down to these fees that you're paying. You are paying for your opportunity to sell to 95 million buyers, to get in front of 400,000 visitors each and every month. So that is your payment to entry. Whereas if you bump to Goimagine, a lot less competition, but also a lot less traffic. It's gonna be a lot harder to get sales. I know they're trying to grow their platform. Their mission is great, but it's really not even a comparison between the two because of the vast differences in traffic. So it makes it really hard. And again, if you bounce to your own website, sounds all well and good. You may be able to pay less fees. Regardless where you go, you're going to pay processing fees because it just costs money to run credit cards and run payments. You have to pay for that. So even if you start your own website, you may be able to get that down to 3-4%, but you have zero traffic. You have to drive all your traffic, right? You're not going to be able to. You have to pay for someone to do SEO. You're going to have to promote your stuff, or you're going to have to pay for ads. So this is kind of the big difference. It's a lot easier to capture some of this traffic than try to generate your own traffic. Now, I'm not trying to deter you. There's a lot of people that have done and are doing both Etsy and Goimagine, but they're finding that Goimagine is the sales are few and far between. Now, if you have a big presence on social media, if you have a big following, big email list, you can bump over to Goimagine and just sell through there. That's totally fine. But if you don't, it's going to be a little bit easier to just go with the place that has the most traffic. But definitely you can do both, put your products on both and kind of see how it goes. Hopefully Goimagine grows and gets bigger. I think competition is good. It would be amazing if they were to the point where they were getting a couple 100,000 in traffic each and every month and start to take some of Etsy's market share. There are differences as far as who can sell on Goimagine too. It has to be handmade. You can't do print on demand and stuff like that. So it's not a viable option for that as well. So there are some definitely some differences. Again, it's back to Etsy's roots where Etsy kind of started. That's where they're kind of focusing on that Etsy has gotten away from. That's honestly agitated a lot of people. So that's the differences. That's the latest update as far as the fees and all that stuff. So you have a really good comparison between the two if you are trying to decide on selling on Goimagine as well. So that you can make the best decision possible. And if you want some more help, information, support, motivation, I have the Etsy Games VIP program. Awesome program. We do live group coaching calls. There's courses in here that you can apply. And a lot of these strategies you can apply anywhere. You can apply them to Goimagine. You can apply them to, if you're selling on other platforms as well, which is really nice. But I do your SEO for you. I'll help you with trends. It's just a positive, safe, fun place to come hang out. Right now you can jump in. There's a free trial after that. It's just $10 a month. Very, very manageable. Similar programs are literally hundreds or thousands of dollars. I didn't want to make it like that. I wanted to make it an awesome community, an awesome place that has just as much, if not more than those other programs for a very manageable price to help you grow your business. So that's it for today. I'll be back soon with some more good stuff for you guys. See you later.